Hi, it's Laura at the Charleston Holistic Center. And today, pulled a little bit different set of cards. I pulled Judgment, Patience, and Fear. So let's talk about this a little bit. Judgment. We do this a lot, right? We judge others all the time. Their hair, their clothes, their car, their job, where they come from, how they talk, how skinny they are, how old they are, how pretty or handsome they are, how smart they are. Oh, let's get real. For a lot of people, their skin tone, family background, whether they're a cat person or a dog person or an animal hater, what food they eat, how they eat it. I could go on all day, right? If you name a characteristic, somebody somewhere uses it to judge people. Personally, I've gotten crap because when I do business texts, I don't do all of the text shorthand. I do that because I feel it's really important to make sure it's very clear, and also it's business text. It's different than my personal text. I also don't use a lot of emojis in business text. Again, it's business, it's not personal. But I've had some Gen Zers give me a little crap about that. Um, with a little hey boomer, even though I'm actually Gen X. Uh, I mean, it's weird, right? It's very weird. And there are things that you don't necessarily think about that we unconsciously will judge about. When I was in grad school, I was super stressed at one point, and my hair bleached itself to strawberry blonde. The spring and summer that it was lighter, I was very frustrated because my peers and my professors were treating me differently. They were dismissing me, not listening to what I had to say, and I was frustrated. And then I was in a store, and a clerk called me blonde. I blinked several times and looked around for where was the blonde. Then I realized he was talking about me. I swear, I ran straight to the hair dye section, got dark auburn. But looking back, while my hair was lighter, I was being treated differently. I mean, there's a reason there's the movie called Legally Blonde. And this was a good more than half a decade Legally Blonde came out between when this was happening to me. So it was early mid 90s. Um, and I gotta say, this is like, some of these judgments that we make are very socially based because I'm really pretty sure in Holland they don't equate blonde hair and intelligence. There's no, but here in the US, we've done that for quite a long time. So the judgment can be very socially based, but it's also very subconscious because I can't imagine that any of my fellow grad students or even my professors were like, huh, she's blonde. I should treat her like an idiot. It was very subconscious. But at the same time, it was there. And we do this all the time. We judge people over superficial things all the time. And there is a reason, okay? There's a reason we do this, right? Way back, long time ago. When you saw someone, you had to immediately decide friend or foe. Eh, You know, so we're hardwired to make immediate snap judgments. But do we have to do that now? Is it a good plan to do that now? Does it make us feel better to do that? Maybe in some instances, yes, but in the long run, if you're actually a person on a spiritual path, yeah, the energy on that. So mindfulness, all right? It's a practice to catch yourself when you're judging someone. Like I said, I understand where it comes from. I do it. I work on not doing it, but I do it. So it's a practice on not doing that. Okay, so we judge others. What about ourselves? I know I've been known to say I'm my worst critic. That means I judge myself the harshest. And not good. Energetically horrible. Marissa Peer, rapid transformational therapy. She has studied how what the results are of our own internal dialogue, what that creates. And she says you absolutely should never put yourself down. You should never judge yourself. Because what do? We say we are not blank enough. Fill in the blank. Pretty enough, rich enough, thin enough, tall enough, short enough, old enough, young enough, just plain not enough. We judge ourselves like that. We mess up on something, and we're going to mess up because we're going to. Life is not perfect. We're going to do something that isn't optimal. And when we do that, what do? We call ourselves idiots or stupid or a loser or a failure or whatever your favorite thing is to put yourself down. But those things, when you say that, when you judge yourself, when you put yourself down, they're telling the universe that that is who you want to be. We're under this really weird mistaken impression that if we berate ourselves enough, we'll get better. It doesn't happen that way. All you're doing is signaling the universe that that's who you want to be. The failure, the loser, the idiot. You're telling your mind to make that pattern happen more and more and more. So, I have a challenge for you. Every day, for the next week, catch yourself at least once when you are saying a judgment against yourself. Notice how I said that, against yourself. So catch yourself at least once and stop it. Okay, be mindful of it. And catch yourself at least once making a judgment against someone else. Even if it's just in traffic in a parking lot and you never say it out loud, you still said it in your head, okay? Mindful of it. And mindful has 3 parts. You notice it, you accept it, and then you let it go. And that's what you need to do here. Because I think we really want to have a better society. We really want to be better people. You wouldn't watch this unless you really wanted to be that sort of thing. So take the challenge. See how you feel if for a week you aren't constantly berating yourself. See how you feel about humanity if for a week you aren't constantly tearing them down. That's my challenge. Let's do this. As always, if what you've heard here sparks some interest and you want to work on these topics, you want to work on how you're judging yourself, you're judging others and where that's coming from and what's happening and tearing yourself down, let's do that because this is what I do. Also, if this confused you, intrigued you, or you just want to know what the heck I'll say next, please subscribe. Please tell your friends to subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you and namaste.